Hey guys, welcome back to my another video. This video is going to be a part 7 for building the applications on React using the JWT authentications. And if you guys following my video so far, then we are using the Spring Boot API and we are creating the authentications here. Okay. So far what we built so far is we added the combined reducer. Uh, we created the error reducer to take care of the error handler in my Redux state. So if I go in my Redux here and if I refresh this, clone this up, and if I try to submit here, of course, it's gonna throw me a login fail action will trigger, and it's gonna give me the message here called access denied. And This is my auth state, and this is what we created. So on this video, I'm gonna create a little the alert bar here on the top that will show the message which we have in our Redux state. Okay, so let's begin. So first thing is I'm using the Bootstrap, so I'll just grab a couple of the code from Bootstrap here. So I'll just grab this the modal. Actually, I'm interested on this part here, so I'll copy this. Okay. So now what I'm gonna do first thing is here what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna create another component, okay, and this is going to be error. This is going to be file actually, and here is my component, and I'll create something called error handler.js, and this is going to be React component, functional component, React component export function export component here. So I'll just paste my Bootstrap code which I copied here. So it should be, of course, the class name, not a class. So I'll remove that, and I'll remove this as well. And here, instead of model, I don't want to use this as a model. And this is not supposed to be a header, or I can do a paragraph here. That's fine. And here it should be a message here. Okay. So let's see how this looks so far. So I have created this component here. So I'm going to put this component on my header here, and this is going to be error handler component, so I'll just use that, and I'm getting the error handler here, and this is going to be my error handler, and here it shows up right here. Okay, so the next step I will go is to use this alert. I didn't grab this code before. The reason why is it doesn't give me that button, the button of this the closing stuff, so I want to use this, so that's why. So here is my message which is showing up. Let me do as a display as a flex, so I can show this as a same length here. So let me do as a margin right 5. Let me see how this looks like. It looks like okay. It doesn't look like that great. Maybe I need some couple of the okay, okay. This is not even in center. This guy. So if I do align item center, okay, I think it's good so far. Let me add a little bit more class here, and for that one, this is going to be what a lot denser. So I will add a little more style on this one. So I'll create a new folder, a new file here called error handler CSS. I'll use this here. I will import this one here. Import slash error handler CSS. Okay. So I have it here, this one. So the first thing what I want to do is I want to make this position as absolute. Okay, it looks like this. It's fine. And align align item is center. Hold on. This one is here. It's a display is flex. So okay, it doesn't change that much using this, I believe, because the reason why is looks like it has a gone to so far here because I use a margin here, that's why 5. If I don't even use a margin, then it's going to, yeah, I need to use a margin here. I think so far this is good. Okay, so leave it like this, it's fine. So I need to move it, you know what, I'm going to make this as a width to 100%. Let me with 200%, it's going to go take care of everything. And let me, okay, why this is have a padding? Okay, looks like this was has a padding on the top. So reason behind is it doesn't go up. So let me do as a top 0. So now it just cover all the way on the top, which is what I need. And I also want to do justify content is equal to between, space between. Okay, so I want a closing here, and there is a message. I think this is good so far. The another thing is what I'm gonna add is I'm gonna add a little bit of animations here. Slide down animations. Okay, so from far OM from, I'll use the transform and translate 3D and 0 pixels, and I want to move from minus 50 pixel to here, and it's going to my initial positions. And let me see how this looks like. Okay, so my animation is going to be slide down, and this is going to be 2 seconds, is in out. Okay, let me try. Okay, it looks pretty nice. So if I go it, but it's pretty slow. Make it as 1 second and move this little bit of 150 on the top. So if I refresh, see how it looks like. Okay, nice. So it looks like this. Bam, right? Very nice. So when the error comes up, it looks like this. Okay, looks so far, everything's good so far here on the error handler. So now let's go to my, okay, looks good so far. So I need to hide this first thing is, so I'll just, what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna create another state here. This is going to be my inner state for the handler. So I'll just use here, and I'm gonna make this as false, and this is going to be a show and set show. That's all. And I just want to filter here, if show is equal to false, then don't show anything. Okay, so I'll just copy this one and put it inside this, and here should be of course question mark, not here. So basically if has some data, if there is error, then it's going to show up, otherwise no. So I need to also use this as from React, so I'll just save it. So now it will not, wow, now it will not even show up because I don't have this state is true. Okay, so the first thing what I'm gonna do now is, first thing I'm gonna go to my, when the error will trigger, whenever we click on submit, if we didn't put anything, or of course we need to do validations here, right? If we has some data and data, then this button show up, something like that. But for now, we just want to take care of the error handler whenever the user click on submit button. So whenever user click on submit button, it already put my data here. Uh, but data on my auth error redux state. We could also use the auth error redux state to check if there is any data or not. But the issue would be if you click one button, then it's going to show the error. But if you click twice, then it's not going to change because it's the same exact issue. Error shows up. So the another way, what I could think of is to, whenever we click this button, the action will dispatch. On the action, we're gonna set our error handler message. That's what I thought of. Okay, so I'm gonna explain you now what we're gonna do, of course, from the beginning. So whenever we click this button, right, then this is on the login button. Login. Okay, so this is on the login here. This action will trigger something called login auth action. Okay, so what is the login auth action? Is it? So login on action is defined here on my action. What is my action? Here it is. So login auth action right here is going to trigger this guy. And here what I'm going to do is, what we can do is we can basically on login first. I will just go in login here. We're going to create a new state here, and this state going to be error handler state. Okay, error handle state, and this state will take the two. We can put anything here, but what I'm gonna put it here is the we can put like message or has error. Let's do has error. If it has error, the initial state will be false and message is equal to this, right? If it has error, then this set error need to be updated. So what we're gonna do is so here we have a header already, and we know that we have our the error handler on header component. So we're gonna send this error handler to the header. So now our header will get this. So if I go in my header right here, in props, I will get this error handler, okay? But so if I refresh, it will not give me issue on this component. But if I go in any other component, okay, looks like it doesn't give me an error. Nice. Maybe it will give me an error if I pass because I need to pass this error handler. Actually, this is going to be error handler uh, obj. I don't want to get or error handler. It doesn't matter, but it's the same exact name here. Okay. Uh, so I'll just pass error handler here. So now if I refresh, okay, looks good. If I go in here, oh, it doesn't broke it. Okay, that's nice. I thought it's gonna broke it, but it's fine. But we are getting the error handler and we are passing the error handler here. Okay, so in error handler we're receiving the props. So if I go in error handler here in a props, so let's see what we got here. Basically we will get this error handler which is sending from my header. Okay, p props props. So if I print this error handler here, then it's gonna show me here the has error is false and message is empty. So basically what we did is we created a new state on login, and login also already used the header. So we pass our error handler on headers. If something error will happen on login pod, then it's gonna pass to my header, and header will know about it. And once the header will know about it, we have an error handler on header. So we pass to error handler, and error handler will get that. That's all what we did because we want to show this up at the time of clicking this button, right? So we have a error handler here and our message is what nothing and hash error is false. So what we're going to do on this error handler is we're going to use a use effect, and this is the initial initial event that is going to trigger at the time of creating this functional component. Or we could also check if something is changed on the props, right? If something is changed on the props of the error handler, we can also, if something's happened on error handler, then we're gonna check that if, but we're gonna check only if the error handler has error, right? Has true. If it's only is here true, then we're gonna set our message. Okay, and in error handler, we're also getting a message. So we can literally do error handler dot message here. Okay, so I don't need to show this above. And what we can do, but before I show anything, I can make this as true as false as well. False, and this is should be a true. Okay, so if I save it now, if I refresh, then it will not show up because I don't have a error. But if I click this button, it's not going to show up at all now. The reason why is on my login, I set up this, but I didn't send any message. If I change this message to test, then what should happen if I refresh? Okay, if I refresh, then I just want to, I think I delete the error handler here. Let me let me print this error handler. So if I refresh this now, okay, of course my it has error is false. That's why I can't even able to see my message. And if I go it here, and if it's make this as true, and now it will show up my message here, test. Okay, so this should be false, and we just want to make sure that this is true. It has is true at the time if we have some issues happen on our action. So we have a set error handle which we define in our login, and in a login what we do is at the time of login this login function will trigger. And if you guys watch my previous video, this login is basically has bind with this map dispatch to props which will take care by the Redux. So here I will pass this set error handler, and I will pass this set error handler here. So then there is another way to do is return the uh, use a promise or async call, doesn't even matter. It's really up to you guys. Or we can also take care of the async call, and we can also get this data right here, right? And set the error if it has an error. But instead of that, I can pass this set error handler to my action, which is login auth action. So if I go in my action, here is my login auth action, and here I'll pass this set error handler. So whenever the error will happen, which is right here, then of course it's going to dispatch this function and set it to my Redux as well to know about what's going on with the Redux. And another thing is I need to pass to set my set error handler. So my set error handler will take two message. The one is called the set has error. So now if it has zero will be true, and another is a message. And what would be the message? Message would be this one, exactly the same one. So I'll pass this. So I'll just save it now. So once I do it, so I'll refresh this so everything works fine. Uh, okay, so if I submit, now I will see access denied. I'll see the message. Perfect. Now this button doesn't even work. The reason why is we didn't add any action on that button. So that button is show up here. This is a button. So whenever we click on this button, so here I will add on click function, and this on click function is basically it's going to very easy. We just need to set show to false. That's it. And it's gonna close this. Okay. So now if I shows up, if I click it here, it's gonna show me this, and if I click, it's disappear. Now it's gonna shows me every time when I click it, right? Every time when I click it, it shows up and it disappear. And if I click it here, it shows up, it disappear. Now, of course, this my error handle is printing twice. The reason behind it is we're using a set state, and the initial state it's print out initial state and updated state. So now it's going to show up. Set it's going to show up and close it up. Okay. So now let me add the same action on this one on register. Okay. So now register got a problem. So why the register has a problem is whenever we go in register, right? Whenever we go in my register here, where is it? In my register component, then the problem is my header is getting the error handler message from login, but in the register I'm not passing anything on header, so header doesn't know what's the, what's the error handler is. That's why we're getting that error. So what we're gonna do here is we can check also directly what we are getting it here. Of course we didn't get anything, so the error is coming from error handler. So now if this is null, we can also then we can say of course the has error. This is my initial the state should be has error is false and the message is empty. Okay, so if I save this, then my error is working fine. This is the one way to handle this. There might be other way to do it too, and if you guys know, please let me know about this. Okay, so now if I go in login, of course I see the error. I can close this. If I go in sign up, it will not throw me an error, but if I click on sign up, of course it says the raw password cannot be null, but it doesn't throw me the action. So we're gonna do a same exact process one more time. So the first thing what we're gonna do is we're gonna go in register, of course, and this is the way. This is here we can throw the error right here. Whenever we click this button, if the error is throw, then we're gonna do is on login here. We're gonna create a new error handler. Okay, so in register basically we're gonna create a new login error handler, same exact thing, and we're gonna use this use state from React here, which is good. So in header we need to pass this error handler. Okay, so we are passing the error handler on header. Header will get that and take care of all the things what we did before. We don't have to worry about that at all. So we just need to set error handler. We need to pass at the time of register. We are passing here. So whenever we pass it here, we will get it here, of course, and we can pass this to our action as well. So now let's go in action and take care of the register. So whenever it's a register is happen, of course, if it's success, then it push to the my home page here. But what if there is error? Then if it is error, and the first thing it will take similarly like dispatch, it will take a type and a payload, but here it will take something called has error is true, right? And the second is going to be a message. And what would be message? Exactly the same process what we did before. I'll copy this and put it here. That's it. And I print console log. I don't need to print console log here. So now if I refresh this guy, so if I go and sign up and if I click it, I see that raw password can be null because that was the error was thrown by my server. So if I click it here, if there is any issues, it's gonna show up, but there is no issue. I logged in and I logged out now. If I click log out, I already logged out. And of course, this is printing from header here, which I need to remove it. There are a lot of places where I added the console log, which I need to remove it. So where is my header? Here, here, here. Okay, I don't want this. Now I'll close everything. So now let's go here, close this and refresh this. Okay, so now I'll go and sign up. I'll try to sign up here, submit. Of course, I need to validate here as well. It's better to validate here. And but this is the way what server is responding. I will try to add a new here user. I logged in. I can, of course, this is a Chrome thing that is sending it the password because of stuff like that. Now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna use the same username and password so I can throw the system can throw a error. So it's throw the error user is already exist, which is good. And if I click it again, it's gonna throw me error again. Click, 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 click. It's gonna throw me error again and again. I can close it. It's gonna throw me error again. I can close it. If I go in login and if I add the wrong password, then of course it's going to access denied. Okay. So if I add a correct password, then I can log in. Okay. And of course it's going to update in my Redux state also, and it's showing me a message. It's going to track everything, all the actions what I did, and it's going to show me a really nice little message also. So that's all for this video. I hope you guys learned something new, and thank you very much for watching. If you guys liked my video, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe my channel. And that's all for this video, guys. Thanks. Bye.